Okay, we're ready to call the meeting to order. Thanks to everyone for being here. First item on our agenda is discussion and action of approval of previous minutes. A motion to approve.
A motion to.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Number 3, public comments. Do we have any public comments?
No.
Number 4 on our agenda, main branch library update.
I'll be doing that. First of all, thank you everybody for being here. I know that June normally is vacation time, so thank you for being here. And so let me address the main topic that happened in Maine, on May 11th, fortunately, an incident happened that will forever be in our memories. And like, I don't want to get emotional. Our staff did a wonderful job. I can tell you that it could have been a lot worse. In reviewing the video at the time of the incident, I could have guessed over 100 people, 120 people were there. Just about half a minute before the incident happened, a dad with a kid, one of her kids on each hand, aside of him, passed by there, so it could have been a lot worse. It's nothing that you can train for, but our staff did wonderful. It's unfortunate that we're going to celebrate the following week, the 30-year anniversary. And so we took all the precautionary measures. We closed the library starting that day and all week. And then we opened the following Monday. Staff was taken into consideration. In fact, Lázaro was in front of me. He was there. We were considerate of him. We gave him time off. We felt that we didn't rush. Of course, not everybody's going to be happy about it. The city got together. Psychologist was here, half an hour to an hour or so, talked to us. And again, we did the best that we could. It was a whole team effort. It got from the public complaining why we didn't open sooner to we opened too soon. And so at the end of the day, I think we did the best. After we opened, so far we have police presence. There's a lot of planned things for the near future as far as police. At the end of the day, we can't cross the line and have too much police because then it'll thought of putting better detectors. We live in the state of Texas where anybody can come in with a gun. So it was just an incident that happened that couldn't have been stopped. It was you can look at it many ways. Why did it happen? Well, one instigated the other one because our staff previously had already de-escalated the issue with the patron that unfortunately passed on. Continue to. Again, there's many what ifs, but at the end of the day, it happened. Just not deny that. But the positive thing is the staff being very understanding. And most importantly, I really thought when we opened, I got nervous. People are not going to come in. And without looking at statistics, I think there's more people coming in. Not that they're insensitive to that. It's just, it happened. We realized it could happen in Walmart, it could happen in the Pulga. But the summer reading program, which I want to steal the thunder, it's people are coming in. So the public was very understanding. The week we opened, I think we gained, I gained like 10 pounds. They brought us pan dulce, they brought us a lot of food. The patrons were really understanding what happened. And so again, obviously we learned from this. We're going to be doing some drills. We're going to be doing some trainings and active shooter trainings. In fact, a week before we had a staff meeting and we were talking about that and it happened. So it is what it is. I'm here to answer any questions or anybody in the staff can elaborate more if I missed something.
I just want to add that the staff did an outstanding job. I was almost a witness to it because someone that's very important in my life was there. So when I got a call from her, I rushed there as fast as I could. And the staff had done a beautiful job.
Like you mentioned, nothing prepares you, and even if you there was police present, you don't have control of what people are gonna do. So I think that you know, unfortunately that happened, but like you said, it could have been a lot worse, so. Kudos to you all coming back to work in the situation and being there for the patrons.
Right, I mean, I, as a patron, I mean, I was about to be there too, I just got derailed by another errand. Around that same time, like I said, as a patron, I'm nervous about going back with my family. So I know you all are working there. Must have felt that, maybe you still feel that. Maybe we could should we add like, you know, to the extent we can, because I know sometimes you can't get into security too much, but sometimes there's reasons not to. Like just security updates. I mean, I appreciate what you said today in things that are gonna change going forward, active shooter drills. Because I imagine, you know, from what I've gathered, what the response that day, I mean, did y'all have active training shooter or it's just like just impulse, just let's get everyone out as far away as we can?
The day of that was just impulse. We were
Just
very much
Get out
try to get
the
everybody.
back way.
Yeah,
Right.
the whole city had with the civil service director, we had an active shooter, but at the end of the day, instinct took over. I'm not gonna assume, but I'm assuming that's what it was. I can, and not elaborate because it's out of my control, which be that, but I know that the police have been there's gonna be some mechanism where police officers gonna maybe doing roll call at each library. They may be having lunch at the library besides day-to-day, somebody being here, police officers. We're gonna have each library is gonna have dedicated room where police officers can be here and do the reporting. So there'll be more police presence.
Can I ask you about that? I mean, was there, because it's like, I was looking back and like, I mean, I do see a police officer there sometimes and like, there was an officer on site. right?
It's not an officer, it's security.
Security, okay.
Unarmed, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It's just want to deter, if you will, but no, the security guards. Most of the security guards within the city are unarmed. They're just security, they're dressed as security, and obviously that deters. They have a direct access to the police with the radio. So one of the reasons why possibly and the police the police got there early because there was already contention, and so they called. But there was security guard present. And for the most part there is, but they're unarmed.
yeah, but even that can, you know, maybe like you said, deterrence if someone sees, you know, a security guard at the front, maybe they just makes them think twice.
Yeah.
And if I understood what you said, because I'm sure people have asked about metal detectors, but what I understood you to say, it's just not practical.
It's not practical because anybody with a gun
Can
can come in. And if we put metal detectors, we have to assign staff members there, and then we're gonna be
Yeah.
in messing with the rights, if you will,
Yeah.
like. Unfortunately, the state of Texas, let me give you a scenario. I've been saying this. When the first 3006 and 3007 was implemented, what, 3-4 years ago? For misunderstanding, we put the posters in the library and within 30 minutes,
Post that said like no guns on.
yeah, and within
allowed.
30 minutes, I got the Department of State guy, that's, take them out, we're gonna. Gun right, people have the rights, and they know the rights, and they exercise their rights. And,
Certain places.
yeah, and it's not considered an educational place.
But I guess let me ask you the other scenarios, like, let's say, you know, because you all see maybe you do have patrons who come in, maybe their stuff has happened, where you're getting a sense, maybe there's something off, maybe they're mentally ill,
Yes.
they come every day, I mean, are people ever turned away from the library, like you're not allowed to come
We-
in, if there's ever concerns like about this person may not be, you know, may pose a risk to themselves or to others?
If anything else, we'll be more on alert, and as I told staff, is that even doubt, call 911. Even doubt, we're gonna be more of an alerting, and I'm sure. I'm gonna say a story, the first day we opened. I came in and one of our staff members was doing something in her computer, and all I did was do this. The door, and she, and so
It's a trauma
Yes, it's a trauma, yeah.
that you all went
Yeah,
through,
yeah,
it's normal.
Okay, given everything, the chances of this happening again are very slim. Now, my question is this, is mental health care available to the staff?
it was, it is, and will continue to.
Okay,
even volunteers.
because something like this will linger years.
Yes.
So it is something that it could probably go dormant and then pop up, because I have been in situations like that. And then I can be totally okay with it for years and then something, boom, and it's like, whoa.
Because it is, speaking of benefit, we have a good benefit in the staff. And I don't know, you guys can speak, you can speak nothing.
So, prior to this, I've always had anxiety issues, but I was near the incident. I was one of the main witnesses. Yeah, I was this distance, maybe even closer from the incident. So I go to my personal counselor for my anxiety, my generalized anxiety. And since the event has occurred, the people that were present, I have been giving them the information to the therapist that I see, because she is covered with our insurance, so it is something that.
Yeah.
If you want to go the private route, I'm giving them that information so that they could go the private route, but the city did provide us with a therapist when it first happened.
Yeah.
And then, we've been getting updates of different, services that are available to us.
And we have current link, it's service that everybody and their family, yeah. So yes, that will continue. And again, but, you know, our,
I also attended with staff, they are helping the volunteers.
that's not gonna go.
That's something that will, doesn't go away.
And so we've been
Yeah,
understanding our patrons and our staff.
Just the other day on Friday, the gentleman that came to do presentations for, fragile wildlife. He accidentally closed his cash box a little too quickly, and it spooked one of the people that was there during the incident. To the point that I saw like a tear come down her eye, and I was like, all right, let's get you to go away from this, because it was, as you said, it wasn't even a gunshot or anything, but the sound was similar enough to trigger a reaction.
Yeah.
So we've seen it, or I've seen it.
So we will be more vigilant, try to be more upfront about it. And just learn, let's take this as a learning opportunity.
Well, and just go, and I don't want to belabor the issue, and I know sometimes their concern is how do you avoid something like this happening? But as I understand what's come out about it, the person who did it had mental health issues. And so my concern is, you know, that could happen again. There's a lot of people out there who need help, they're not getting help. You know, the libraries are, it's open to the public. So just that, you know, if those reporting mechanisms are there, right, that like if you all are seeing people who just seem off, right, or they seem like, you know, or sometimes if let's say another patron is complaining, hey, there's someone here really just kind of really acting out and kind of scaring me, my children. Can they report it to you all? What happens?
Yes.
What happens when those reports?
So, we have had instances prior to this where we had get complaints from patrons to us, and then we do call PD and they get escorted out of here, and then they're told that they're not allowed to come back into the library. That's what we were in the process of doing when the incident happened. The patron was approaching us to tell us, hey, yes, I am witness that this person was behaving erratically. Could we get them? So Katie and I were we were on the process of calling PD.
Yeah.
But it just happened in an instant where it just turned to the worst, and he ended up shooting the gentleman that was reporting to us. I am witness that this man was behaving in this way. So we were in the process, it just happened
Yes.
way too quickly for us to be able to have a different reaction or a different outcome in this situation.
And again, everything happens, but we are in the process of getting technology, better cameras who actually can detect abnormalities in the wearing a gun, not that we can have at least alert us to things like that. So all we can do is learn and be more vigilant, if you will. And the process have been there again. It just happened so fast that.
And unfortunately, it's something that we see
Yeah.
every day in the news, right? And it's sorry to say how we've gotten used to hearing it.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it happens so close, it's like, whoa, I never thought it would happen
Right.
there,
Yeah.
right? But like you said, it could have just happened.
But it's this issue of like guns and people having mental health issues right,
Yes,
together,
yes.
like that's.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, and like I say, thanks to your staff that was working that day. They were just on top of it, and they dealt with it very professionally to make secure everyone that was in there. Thank you for the work you did.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, item number 5, Southmost Branch Library update.
Over here. Hi guys, I'm Josie. I work at the main branch, but Brenda is out right now enjoying herself work. But she has some updates here, as you can see in the photo. We are repainting the outside area to make it a little bit more vibrant. So this has the read, that's our bicycle area. And then the photo on the right, that's our display for advertisements. So we're just kind of sprucing up with our colors from our logo. And then that photo right there, we've installed some outlets outside, and that's to help us with future events. Usually around the holidays, we'll have like the trail of lights, and we'll have like the floating. If you look on the right where the tree is, it looks like a little cylinder of cement. We're still in the process of installing some outlets right in there, just to make it easier, so we're not having to run the long extension cord. We figure with more outlets out there, we'll be able to have more outdoor activities for the public.
That's it, Josie. And if I may add, one of our plans, especially at Southmost, since we have 8 acres, are in the work plan.
Trail, right?
Yeah, the trail, and then we're gonna have more seating area. And then I'm gonna add something that I briefly touched to you guys previously. We are in the process, and we're doing a pilot where we're leaving the gates open. So we have some seating areas out there so that people can, after we close at 6, like on the weekend, or at 9, when it's a little bit cooler, people can come in, sit down and get the Wi-Fi. So we are in the process of eventually eliminating the gates where people can come in, walk the trails, park in, sit down, maybe have church chicken on the benches. I bet you laugh, so that's good. And so part of the biggest issue, besides the logistics and physicality of the freaking gates, the entrance to Southmost, the gates are sagging because there's no, the ground is cracking, so it's heavy, and I'm afraid staff are gonna get injured to push the doors in to close. And the Manzano gate is motorized, the other one cannot be that way because of the way they are. And then with the pergola coming soon, that gates are gonna, so we're gonna remove the gates. We can still find a way to close them when we have to close them, but at least here we have more access to the perimeter. We have a big area here, and we wanna use the library as a whole, not only inside, but outside, especially with the upcoming trails coming inside the library. Seating area, and if you noticed when you came in, we actually put some asphalt in the middle down there. So we can paint it and put tables there, picnic, what have you, staff retreats, weather committee. So we want to use the outside. The library is more than just the inside, it's the outside seating area.
Maybe you can even add a little library outside so they
You know
have
what?
access.
That's a good idea.
In the afternoons.
That's true. I don't have to say that.
Refill it right there, and they
I like that.
have access to that shaded areas.
Yeah.
Maybe we can pair up with other organizations to help with the walking area and maybe your pergola areas.
Yeah, we're working with the purification, front purification, and with parks.
Parks and Recreation.
And with the wellness coalition, right? The wellness coalition.
Yeah.
To do some gardening
Yeah.
and another area. So yeah, we're gonna use the outside more. Little by little.
Maybe they can do it like with the wellness coalition, they can do a little garden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, we actually went.
I'm just kidding.
We actually went for a drive with.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it on your programming and I said, oh, wow, that'd be cool. They can
Yeah.
actually come and garden.
We went for a grant with Commissioner Galonsky, and there's two pushing for a grant to put in on the Manzano side, a pergola or something shaded, and then do some, I don't know, 20 by 20 or something for gardens. And then hopefully use a cafe.
Do you have an idea what that would cost, a pergola in that area? Just
They went for a grant for 25,000. So yeah, we are gonna do a pergola, but for a different reason, for educational purposes. There's a different type of pergolas. But that's about the grant that is,
Flashlight night. reading
Yeah,
type
there you
of
go.
program.
That's another.
There's a lot of ideas, so just little by little, we'll
Right.
be transforming the outside.
Yeah, anything else there?
No?
Library reports, adult services.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jose. Thank you so much. Well, the little libraries, those are again full in effect. I actually went last week. I went to 11 little libraries and delivered more than 200 books. It is amazing that people are taking away a lot of books. The one that I was very surprised was Port Wade Park, the one in front of Perkins. That one was empty. And once I started putting them there, I had a family that came over and started getting the ones for children.
Great.
I want to take a picture. I said, no, that's not.
They're gonna tell you
Yeah,
how you go.
yeah. I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. So then, Fort Wayne Park, yeah, that was very surprised. McNair, forget about it. McNair is always empty. Every single time that I go there is always empty, the one there by St. Charles. So I went to that one. Gonzalez Elementary was open, so I went there and, delivered a couple of them there. I went to the one for, Seville, yeah, that one was packed already, which is good, but we do have people that go there.
Yeah.
Then deliver there, so that I just drive by and pass by there.
What's your response at Pax Uribe?
Oh, that one is still, there's construction still there.
Yeah, the city's doing construction.
Yeah, so,
We did a beautification program with Rotary there and we had to kind of hold back on that because there's still city construction going on.
I passed by there, I said, God, this is already the second time that I passed by there and there's construction there. But I always remember Pax Uribe because I like that one, it's so small, it's there by the trail.
Not only construction, but it's the smell is awful.
Oh, I know.
In that area right now, so people are staying away.
So first time I said, let me get out of my vehicle, I didn't care about the guys who were there, I passed by it, no, I don't think so, you can't even get close to
Yeah,
that.
but it's getting better.
No,
They're gonna finish up real soon.
thank you, so yeah, we're moving forward with those little libraries, and I'm still in talks with Daniel Salinas from Parks, so we're working on that.
Did you,
Okay.
did you check on those two, with the super schools?
With Oliveira and Stell,
Uh-huh.
I did, they were very interested, but then the exams started going in.
Right.
And then summer kicked in, so by August, I'll be setting up an interview, but a meeting with them. With Miss Martha Medina, Claudia
Well, they're there
Chirinos.
right now.
I'm sorry,
They're there right now.
oh, they're there right now?
Yeah, principals and the
They're
librarians.
still there.
Oh, okay.
Librarians are gone.
Oh, yeah. They're gone, but not the principals. Okay, sir.
And
Thank you.
who are you supposed to meet at Stowaway?
Gilda Pena,
Yeah,
yeah,
Give the job.
they're still there.
okay, great.
If not, they come back, what, like early, mid-July?
They're only gone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, but they're back. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. The computer classes are up and going again, so we've been getting a good crowd, patrons, and again, every single semester, they're new people. So we've been learning a lot from them, they've been learning from us, so we're actually doing the basic Word, intermediate Word, PowerPoint, Excel. So the feedback has been wonderful. We're moving forward with
On
those.
social media, you like how to post on like.
Yeah, the simple because
But
Facebook is huge with the adults. It's huge, but I tell them about TikTok, it's this, you know what I mean? But when it comes to Facebook, they're interested in it because they communicate with the relatives.
And what's the days on your computer classes again?
It's Tuesdays, so Tuesdays in the morning here at Salmos, 10:30 to 12:30, and at Central from 5 to 7 on Tuesdays. Tomorrow, we're gonna have our class tomorrow in the morning. But the class so far that has gotten a lot of attention, for some reason has been the spyware, anti-spyware. People are so worried about that. So sometimes we can be talking about Word and then they'll quickly deviate into all these spam calls or what do I do with this and the fear of getting all these spam emails. So do you want a lottery ticket?
And then you tell.
Yeah, you want a lottery ticket or you found a trip to Africa?
Just those like
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like older, younger, mixed ages, older.
Well, this semester, older. Oh, yeah, older. And the biggest answer that I get as to why they're there is that my kids don't want to help me. That's why they're there. They're too
Well, and
busy.
that speaks good about them, look, coming out
Yeah,
for you all to help them.
exactly.
Well, I can just say like, so in my office, we did this kind of training and, I worked in government. And even a lot of people have, especially older relatives with like scam stories. My mother-in-law was on her way to the bank at the direction of a scammer, like about to give whatever information to,
Wow.
because just real quick, I mean, there's so many scenarios, right? And that, you could have a whole training just on that, like, it's just the security person come. But like, for well, my mother-in-law is, something popped up on her screen, said, call this number, you have some virus. It's a scammer number. And they literally have you they're walking you through to access your account, giving them remote access. And then they will try to clear your bank account. They couldn't, so then they have you, this person go to the bank, they're directing to the bank. Yeah, like putting your money on debit cards and gift cards and calling them. So there may be some good speakers on just that topic.
There's some state training for cybersecurity.
Yeah, cybersecurity, yeah,
Social engineering, all of that, because that's how they get.
yeah. I think a lot of people probably have stories they've had in their families or with friends.
Just that class
If you're
alone,
getting that kind of interest,
Yeah.
be just a speaker on that topic.
their phones were ringing crazy and they were showing us, look, a spam call, another spam call.
From the text that you get, right, like.
The text that you
Yeah,
get.
that's a package.
Yes.
Yes, the package, right.
Yeah, we can't find your address, but we got everything.
Ya me lo que estás
But even then, like, let's say some seem fake, right? And I can keep them up, but I'll stop for this example, like, some seem fake, your UPS package arrived, you don't answer it. But like, you still need to delete it because your child may see it, and think it's a surprise, it's their birthday's coming up for them. And then they click on the link that puts the malware on your phone, So there's a bunch of steps we could do.
That's great. Thank you. I did write those down. Thank you. We had the flower making with mom. We had both Central and Salmos patrons on that day. So it was a beautiful event. It was a very emotional event for all of us. So that was supposed to be an hour program. So we stayed until probably 2 hours. We were just talking, having a great time. Oh, you were here, but yes, we were having a great time together, enjoying ourselves. So it was a very special moment for all of us. So we had a great turnout for flower making with mom. The one that broke all records was make your own piñata. We had 50 people here at Southmost and 54 at Central, which was insane. And it only consisted of a balloon, glue and newspapers, exactly, paper mache, and that's all.
And
And
we have enough supplies?
we did, actually, we did. We had a lot of supplies. We hit it right on the dot. And what's really great was that it collaborates the entire community together. So if somebody was missing some papers, so the other group will give them to them, et cetera. So it was a beautiful moment and our community is very creative, from Pikachu to Cookie Monster, and we were happy just inflating the balloons and look at what they did. So it was a beautiful moment.
Is that a first time event? You've done it before?
Yes, I heard that it was done before years ago by the children's department. So since it was Cinco de Mayo and Mayo celebrate, let's bring it back after so many years. Let's do a retro night and it.
And what was that book, that Broadway over balloons, or what's the title of that man that has, how the Macy's parade started?
May I have your attention, please?
You can connect.
Join us at the center of the library for Black children. Thank you.
Because I seen it at a family literacy night, where once they're done, then they do the parade. Showcasing their product.
The product. I like that.
Be a great reel on Facebook.
We had our cooking class, we had pico de gallo, something so simple. And it brought up a lot of people, a lot of patrons came over. We had more than 18 people show up for that class. And it was pico de gallo, we did 3. We did one with everything. The second one was no spicy, and the third was something special with mango. I had never had that before, but
Mango salsa.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was thumbs up for sure. That was the popular one. So something so simple again, it just generated a lot of audience.
I'm hungry now.
But so we had that. So we plan to do another one in August.
Maybe he's gonna do one on salsa. I got a recipe.
Oh, really?
Pepita, with pepitas, small, roasted tomatoes, toasted pepitas, and garlic and everything, and the habanero.
You should bring something, you can try it out.
Yeah. We had a special
I
guest.
can do it without habanero. I do it without habanero.
Yeah.
If you need a judge.
We got you.
Let us know.
We got you. And then we had our second citizenship class at Central. We brought in nine patrons, which is good. That's keeping up. We're very excited about that. We thought at first it started really slow, but now it's gaining momentum. It's great. And then our gardening for adults class, that was huge here, native plants of the RGB by Mr. Robert Gaitan. We had 10 people we had that came in, and he's very knowledgeable, super smart, Mr. Gaitan, about our plant wildlife here and the RGB. So we'll be having him again by the end of the month again. And then for the first time, we collaborated with BTX Health, with the health department, to have our cooking class. So we'll be, again, we did ham and cheese cucumber sushi, and it was tasty. So we're gonna be doing that again, hopefully in September, October again, we'll collaborate with them. And this is what's coming up. We have a Sanrio trivia picnic at the library, landscape for birds, this is trivia, and then in August, we'll be having our second annual back to school event. Cooking class, CDCB will be here for a financial class, which is great. And boat riders will be doing their first presentation here. We'll be informing people about voter ID laws, having their table set up here. And more events coming soon. So thank you so much for.
On the DIY, I was gonna ask you, are you going to have materials for them to make it? Or you're gonna talk about the number one? Or you're gonna talk about what things they can use at home to make it for
To
them?
make it. Right now, when I finish, I'm gonna go over there. We're gonna be doing that one right there, natural plant fertilizer. That one they'll be able to take it home. What consists is a foam cup, hot water, a banana peel, and that's it. We'll just mix it up for at least 50 minutes or an hour. And then that one, you can use it for food for the plants. We were gonna go outside, but it's really muddy, I believe, or so.
Yeah.
So we were gonna try it. So they'll be taking it home, and everything, we have everything for them,
Okay.
everything for them, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be doing more because gardening is huge here. We didn't know a lot of people were free thumbs here, so it's one that's gonna stay. Okay, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Youth services.
I'll be presenting for youth services today. Bear with me. So here we have the general information for the SRP with registration. Registration is open until the 21st of June. The 21st of June is when registration will end. Then we begin accepting the logs on the 26th of June. With the last day to submit your reading logs being July 19th, and we'll be having the award ceremony on July 31st at the main branch. And patrons will have to be present in order to win the prizes. This is the first year that they're doing that, but that's gonna be to make it a little bit easier on us. Cause sometimes contacting the people that win doesn't always work out the best way.
Yeah, and just to add, just to remind the board that so the state kind of requires us to have a summer reading program. And they come up with the adventure or with the title, and we can put our own seasoning to it, if you will, with different types of program. But this is one of the things the state requires us to do every year in the summer. And so that's what SRP summer reading program. And again, that's what, as I stated before, that was my concern. One of the concerns after the incident, that perhaps our attendance was gonna be a little bit behind, but
It's
Oh, yeah, I saw.
another thing that we do while we're doing summer reading program is we have brag tags. That's another way to try to win a giveaway that we have within here. With the brag tag giveaway, what that requires is that you have to attend at least 6 functions where you collect a different brag tag at each of those functions. By collecting those 6, you're entered into a giveaway, and this year the prize for that is a PlayStation 5. This has been causing an increase in our attendance to
Yes,
all of
my
our
son's like, Mom,
events.
circle the dates that we're gonna be here so that we can go.
Yeah, and then people are showing up an hour in advance, so if you're participating, I do recommend showing up at least an hour in advance, because the lines start forming since that time.
And tomorrow there's one, right? Cause I have it in my calendar.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. And then the book fair started at Maine. Today was the first day for Maine. It'll be there through the week and then we'll come this way for next week. And so these are our shows. Perfect. So these are our shows. Our first presenter for the summer was Fragile Planet. It was a great success. Despite a couple of issues going on their behalf, everything was ready for him. He was able to come in, set up and present. All the kids were very excited. He came in and presented. He gave us a presentation on a spiny-tailed lizard, a crocodile, a Mexican crocodile, and a spectacled owl. And we got to pet all three of those. So it was very fun. All the kids were very, very excited. She told me the stats are on the slide, is what it says. Did we have to-
Yeah, it's on the previous slide for the sign up.
Sorry. That one, okay, so yes. So then during the kickoff party, we had 320 registrations at Maine and 280. That's why I was a little confused. I was like, where is my notes?
And that's the day of or?
The day of, that was
Okay.
during kickoff.
That's
Yeah.
what was coming in,
Yeah, that was just the day of kickoff. Those are the people that actually came to the library during the event and signed up.
Or the 800 story.
So those are the numbers of kickoff. Since then, our numbers have increased. Maine has 689 people that registered. And Southmost has 341 people that registered. Which to date, we have a total registration of 1,030 people. So our concerns of people not coming back are not. To compare this to last year, we had 1,082 people registered by this time last year. But this is still a great success because last year they were able to sign up online. This year, we're requiring them to come into the library in order to sign up for summer reading program. So we still see this as growth compared to the previous year. Okay, Ally could go to the next. All right, so yeah, Fragile Planet came in, lizard, crocodile, owl, and we had over 100 people attending at each branch. So 100 is not the combined number, it's per branch. I helped with the event here, and the final number that we had was 137. And to my knowledge, it was even higher so people are definitely still coming back. The next presenter that we'll be having is gonna be BK Bones, the lady holding the skull. She'll be coming in on the 21st. She'll be going to Maine at 11 a.m. and coming to Southmost at 4 p.m., which is the same time for most of the presenters. She is a first-time presenter and she's coming out of Austin, and we're really excited to have her. She seems to be very enthusiastic based on the calls that we've had over the phone, is what she says here. I've never talked to this lady. Oscar is a returning magician. He has come to the library previously. He will be here on I believe that's the 28th. Yeah, 28th. And then, so those will be the presenters for the summer, for their activities, for the children's department's activities. We already had the dance party here at Southmost last week, and that was a great success. All the little ones were running around and partying within this room. I was in charge of bubbles. And it was honestly pretty fun. A lot of those kids actually got really into it and were dancing with.
Have a lot of energy.
Yeah, they had a lot of energy. The moms and dads would get into it too, and especially with the shy ones, they had to hook them out, but then the bubbles came out and they would go rushing, so it was very, very fun. And Maine's is coming up this Friday, their toddler dance party. Then on June 11th at 5 p.m. we'll be hosting, so tomorrow we'll be hosting the library expedition. That's gonna be a obstacle course with different types of challenges and puzzles that the children will go through. And then at the end, they'll be receiving one of the brag tags so that they collect them for coming to the events throughout the summer.
It's gonna, I don't get
Yeah, yeah. Tell them, well, you're gonna have to work for this one because it's amazing.
I'm getting that.
Yeah. And then the other event that they'll be hosting is Cryptid, where they're gonna be making small terrariums, and they'll be each of the terrariums is built for a specific cryptid. They've got the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, the Chupacabras, and Batman. And each of those is built based on the area that you would find these cryptids in. So they'll be having that. There another slide. Summer Bash, okay, yeah, so there is another. So Summer Bash, we're gonna be having a car show and big truck show. There will be food, rides and crafts. That's gonna be happening June 26th here at the Southmost Branch. We're gonna be partnering with Brownsville PD, Brownsville Fire, Engineering and Public Works, Office of Emergency Management, and the Brownsville Classics Car Club. And they will all be bringing their own vehicles to kind of have a display of different types of cars, police cars, fire trucks and stuff like
It's
that.
not the water event, right, that you had last year?
So we did have water last year,
Oh,
but
okay.
because of the restrictions this year, we're pivoting and having to adjust, so we don't, we do want to keep in mind the water usage. As nice as that water was last year, we have to keep yeah,
We can turn off the car. wash.
that's all I have for children's. If you have questions, please don't ask me. I give you all the answers. This is all I got. Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of great events, different dates. When I looked at the calendar, that I'm sure the public's gonna
Yeah.
enjoy with this hot summer coming into the library.
Yeah. Thank you for your report. Teen Services.
I will be presenting for Beams today. So last month, May, we had our job fair at our main branch. We had over 300 people attend. I'm sorry, I don't have the list of the companies over there. We had about I think, 15. We had Teleperformance, Red Loya, Forza Steel, Metro by T-Mobile as well. And they had a little section of laptops to set up when people wanted to apply for the jobs they had open. And then upcoming events, build your own pirate ship. This one, we actually already had on the 4th at both branches. It was very successful. I don't really want to say too much because B's gonna have her own little slide next month. But yeah, we did have a really big turnout at both branches here and at Maine. And then Steampunk Tea Party, that's gonna be on the 25th of this month. They're gonna be making little sandwiches and they're gonna be making English tea as well. And it's just an opportunity for patrons and the staff to address the event. It was a little shorts because we had the lock-in that was canceled. That was supposed to be last month. So she only had those slides, but do you all have any questions? Anything?
Maybe an old man question, what's steampunk?
So I looked it up, luckily. It's kind of,
So I'm sure everyone knew.
it's like a mashup of, I guess.
Modern technology
yeah.
with Victorian dress.
Right,
Yeah.
it's like
breaks gear,
like
robots, big
industrial machinery kind of.
The
And I
ones
guess
out west, that one was steampunk style.
Yeah.
It would
it's-
be if technology would have evolved to what we have now, but instead of using chips and electronics, we would have had to use gears and steam technology in order to power the different cars and stuff.
But is it like wardrobe or?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
wardrobe, a lot of the spectacles will have like gears, like you could use gears for your glasses or top hats.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like spurs, your spurs would be more like a gear if you're wearing boots, that
The
type of.
coffee makers are awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
So the kids are picking the themes or where do y'all get the themes from?
The
Curious.
librarian comes up with it and
Okay.
with any input they have from the library aides, they kind of ideas.
Also, they have the advisory board, no, the.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teams will sometimes give input and we'll go based off of what the input.
You have to keep turning with them
Nice.
because.
I wanna see pictures of what this tea party looks like next.
Next time.
Thank you.
I'm back. All right, so we had our resin jewelry event. Was this in May? I wanna say this was in May, yeah. Resin jewelry in May, the patrons created their custom resin jewelry with glitters and stones. We had, for once, I beat Maine. I had 55 people in attendance and Maine had 51 people in attendance. Very successful, very popular with patrons of all ages. I had adults all the way down to children's. The children's, I wish all the patrons you should help them because this is resin and you don't want them getting that on their hands or in their mouth and stuff. So very, very fun, considering this was not an event during SRP, very high attendance. Then after that, we had summer reads. Here at Southmost, we had 45 people in attendance, 47 people at Main. They created reads similar to the one that the little girl's holding there. So we provided all of the supplies and then they created their own design. We had all types of designs. Some people added the netting to the bottom so that it would kind of like, yeah, dangle towards the floor. Other people went for that design, which was very similar to the sample that we created. Another very, very successful, very, it helped, yeah, well attended, and it helped the families have to help each other. The mom, or in this situation, the dad was holding the hot glue gun and he was like, where are we putting the thing? And the little ones would be like, I want the shell here, and then he would like, very, very fun. It was nice to see the different routes that everybody was taking. So upcoming events is DIY Forest Garden. We actually had this one this past Wednesday at our main branch. We had a total of 186 people attend at the main branch. It was one of our brag tag events. We ran out of brag tags, we ran out of supplies. And the good thing is that I had the idea of, it's a brag tag event. Let me take my supplies that I have for Southmost to Maine just in case. Because we went through both of those. So now we already ordered the supplies for Southmost at the end of the month, and we're planning for the same amount of people just so we don't end up short. But yeah, we had enough supplies for 150 people, and we had 186 people. So a good bunch ended up not being able to complete their project, but they were very happy to see all the different designs. And I did remind them that we were having the event here at Southmost, but we might see some of those patrons come back to Southmost for that event. The DIY Nooks Cranny, that's a little model house that we're making. That's gonna be for next month. And then also next month, we're gonna be having Pokemon Go Fest, and that's gonna be only at the main branch. That's it.
Questions from anyone? Thank you.
Sure.
So I'm Courtney Taylor. I'm the library service coordinator for both branches. This month, we kind of changed our format as far as how we're going to present outreaches and kind of be more focused on specialized events. Different from how we normally present, we're going to start with our inreaches. So like Miss Jen said, we had an inreach table there for the job fair, which was presented by teens. We're able to see 75 people there at the event, as well as show them the resources for job training and a lot of our online databases. For Southmost, our inreach event was the end of school bash. This was in collaboration with IDEA. We ended up having 80 people there. We had multiple like carnival rides. We had the really big slide that you can see Michelle on. We had the whoop-de-whirl. We had like a carousel. We had invited multiple community partners with IDEA and the commissioner. Unfortunately, this day was super hot. There was a giant heat advisory. This was the middle of the day. And we too wanted water and a nice wet slide. And unfortunately, due to the drought, we did not do that. So we were able to reach the community partners who did show up and help us during that event, but the event, because it was midday between 12 and 4, was kind of on our lower end of attendance for a bigger bash that we're hosting here.
But we are gonna make adjustment for next year to do it later in the day.
Let me
Yes.
ask you, since you're saying about the water slide and stuff, I saw that the Parks and Recs just did an event at the Morningside Park with their mobile recreation, I don't know what they call it, and they have water slides.
I can tell you Parks is cutting back on water everywhere, 'cause even in the PID, we can't water very much or anything, so. Everybody's being told to cut back on water usage, and we're getting ready to be advanced in the stages, so.
So.
I think it's also precautionary on our side that we want to be doing what we're asking our public to do.
Right.
So that we don't send that mixed message.
Or I'm saying, because it's in the same city department.
Yeah. Well, same city,
Don't get
different.
involved.
I know, but it's like, okay, they're, that'll be here, so the public's like, okay.
Yeah.
I agree with the sentiment. I still want to keep my library safe.
You bring up a good point, like it's not so bad, like later in the day, it's like, the sun's out later.
But.
Or six.
Not that
Yeah,
we,
6 to 8,
nobody else do this, but it was out of our control. Ideas made that schedule, to accommodate their staff. If they would have asked us, we know the trends and it would have been in the afternoon where more people come.
Yeah.
But we're next year, this is a commission driven, so we're gonna, they will be telling them that
Lessons
if we do it, huh?
Lessons learned.
Yeah, lesson learned and do it in the evening, we have lighting, we have excellent lighting. Now we have power, we can do generators. And the light will be much better, much cooler for sure.
And to refocus to the patrons who did attend at this event, the little kids definitely had a really good time.
Yeah.
And because there wasn't like such a huge crowd, they were able to use the slides more, they were able to use the games more.
Make
So
the best
they
of
had
it.
to interact a little bit more in a one-on-one basis than they would have been if we had our traditional like 600, 700 people. So it's kind of a plus on that side, but definitely a learning opportunity. To move into April, one of the highlight events that I would like to focus on is the BCHC Migrant Farewell. What is different about this event is having that collaboration with the Brownsville Community Health Center. Not only do they help for our migrant population as far as still using our resources like our electronic books and accessing our different databases, they also reaffirm that we are a community base to be able to help people. Throughout April, we were dealing a lot with helping not only migrants, but also collaborating with UTRGV for our Health Pachanga and BISD, which will be a trend moving over to May. The total amount of events for this month were 4. We had over 350 people that we were able to see throughout these outreach events. Next slide, please. The focus event for this month is the One City Informational Fair. What was new about this is we were able to have a makerspace outreach. Mr. Anthony wanted to make sure that he was at this event, and we did live demos of our 3D printing during this event. So we had multiple patrons who would come talk to us and then leave back for like 30, 40 minutes and come back to see the progress of the parent that we were doing, as well as a couple of kids who wanted our giveaway item for his section, which were little Pokemon and little figurines. So the little boy would go and grab another family member to make sure that they come talk to us because he wanted to collect all the different types of Pokemon that we were able to print at this event.
Can I add something to that? The informational fair was the first initiative from the city, that every department in the city was out there to show and
Yeah,
tell the people what we have to offer and not to toot our horn, but what our booth was very popular.
Important, because they're always,
Yeah.
the library's always
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a department,
Yeah.
2 departments.
Yeah, and so
Y'all did a lot of
we were a hit, and being the first informational fair, I think it's only gonna get better. The only bad thing was very freaking loud, but other than that, it was a hit.
But to reaffirm what Mr. Ghetto was saying, we also had our traditional outreach table. So that's why you have 2 different stat numbers here. And we were able to not only speak to different people who weren't sure about our department, we were able to let other departments know what else we can offer them. As well as you saw a lot of patronage who came up because this was so close to the incident that they came to make sure we were okay and to ask us about our library and check in when we were going to open and how we were dealing with that, as well as to show support that like, hey, we really want to come see you. Hey, we need to see our library services. So it was very much in your fields type of event for showing support for not just ours as a building or as an opportunity for programming, but us as people and community members as well. To move past this particular event, we had collaborations with Harmony, Villanueva, and Canales that had to do with career fairs, talking about library services and what librarians and the rest of the support staff do on a day-to-day basis. Our new children's librarian, Avery, was able to present and show up and show out for that as well. So you see a couple of new staff members doing more outreaches, including Mr. Guerra and Miss Josie and Miss Brenda and everybody. The other outreach that we had was the Children's Museum asked us about how we can better collaborate within the city as they wanted to see what type of events we would have and kind of how we can better help them in their community engagement and their outreaches, because they go to the farmers market a lot to promote their grant programming. So we gave them a couple of ideas of how we work there. And we also talked about the Beyond the Move event that was very popular here and how we can collaborate in our buildings for the future. So for May, it was over 1,000 people that we were able to see over 9 events. Next slide. Okay. Ever popular this weekend, Nada. I will be the one attending. You will see me there with bags. Come visit me.
Free Mexican mocha from us.
Awesome. I will send the rest of the staff. I'm sure you have some of the other
How many going with you?
3.
Okay.
You got me? We were planning on doing this to the previous Lunada, but again, because of the incident that happened, it was a little bit too soon for our staff to feel safe and supported to go out. But definitely our staff have had great help through the city and support for our mental health through the city. So everybody who is going to Lunada feel safe and secure about going to the outreach. We checked on the other events as well, so that they were all feeling okay amongst our public. We just want to see our people, our family, our friends, our community again. The other thing that is happening is both the city and the county are having men's wellness health fairs that are going to be occurring, and we will be attending both. The final note I have for you guys as far as summertime outreaches is, again, be prepared. We're slowing down our outreaches as much as we can while still offering support to our community due to all of the wonderful programming that we're doing for SRP. So we don't want to overwhelm and exert our staff. Does anybody have any questions, any suggestions on events?
Can you go back to that? The last screen, you had the men's wellness summit.
That one is going to be at the event center. That's the city of Brownsville's version. The Blue Tie Affair at the park is Cameron County.
Are you gonna have speakers at that event?
We will not be speaking, presenting, but we will have our promotional
Okay.
tables and giveaways. And actually at the Blue Tie Affair, we are part of their raffle, and we will be giving away not only our normal outreach logo bag, but a exercise equipment for training punching, like a speed bag, except electronic version. So go to their event, really cool free stuff.
The blue tie?
Mhm.
The other one says that they're speaker positions on the. front.
Yes, they're presenting on health and wellness.
Don't quote me on this, and I may be mistaken, but I think this is only for men, city staff men, my understanding, not for the public. But we're gonna still
The
go.
men's wellness?
Yeah, the men's wellness only, my understanding, in fact, the chief spoke about it, it's part of the police department,
City staff only?
city men's staff on, yes. But we'll be there, so hopefully men's staff can have every party. But if, I'll ask, and if it is for everybody, then we'll let you know. But it's my understanding, unless, I didn't have a copy when it was, but only for men's staff.
just I got a text earlier. There's a meeting that, were you aware of it for the Luna? Shannon wants to meet with all the vendors and presenters.
She had not told me, but I will contact her on Teams.
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
Okay.
I know we found out there's somebody else ourselves.
We have a new director there at Arcs as well, so they're
Yeah,
implementing a
he's
lot of
still
new
catching up.
changes. He's definitely very much about open projects and he's very enthusiastic, so. we go.
Yeah, I think it's mandatory meeting Wednesday, 6 p.m. Linear Park. You might want to check and see if, because you're not, I don't know if you're a vendor or not.
Yeah.
That applies to us here.
Thank you so much for that report. Friends of the library.
Hi.
Hi.
We've been open. I mean, at both locations, the librarians are helping us out here at Southmost greatly. I so much appreciate it. I'm here 2 days a week. I have another volunteer here 2 days a week, and the librarians fill in otherwise. But with more people noticing that we're here, with the signs that Lázaro created, we have it on both doors here and at the door at Main, so people now understand we sell books. So it's been great reception so far.
Great.
And again, the summer reading program cannot happen without the collaboration and the money.
Yes, we did provide prizes for that and prizes for Pokemon, and we are helping out when we can.
Thank you so much for what you do.
Yes, very much so. Before adjournment, and just tentatively is, hopefully it stayed here, the tentatively celebration of the 30th anniversary is gonna happen, and we have tentatively set it up for September 25th. For the main library 30 year. That's, I need to make sure that commission and city management is available, but that is the closest time that we're gonna have it. Hopefully better weather.
September 25th.
September 25th, I don't know when. If not, it's gonna be October, one of these, but we don't wanna go into November.
Yeah, cool weather there.
Yeah.
Actually, rainy weather.
Yeah, so. Keep you updated.
Now you don't know.
Huh?
Now you don't know what the weather
Yeah,
gave us rain today.
yeah.
Humidity to keep it set all at once.
Anything else? Any other discussions? Need a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
A second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you all for being here.
everyone. Thank you.